Hey, greetings, everyone. I decided to come back on live tonight. And as I mentioned yesterday, you're probably going to see me a lot over the next several weeks because I find it extremely important to continue to drive messages out here to make sure that you don't lose focus, that we don't just allow things to happen. So that's why I wanted to come on tonight and talk about um, different ways that you can make sure you can still accomplish your goals. Because look, I know it's challenging right now. We're in the midst of crisis. Some may say that we're starting to slightly come out of it, but there's no real clear picture. So I get that it's extremely uncertain right now. And that's why I wanted to spend more time this week and again next week to help you in the midst of this crisis. So my name is Linda Talaferro. I'm from the T, the Extra Effort. I have a career advisory firm where I help professionals do exactly what I'm going to work with you tonight on. And that is to get unstuck, to strengthen key areas so that you can continue to meet, achieve those career goals so you can get a seat at the table. And so tonight I want to give you 4 things that you can do. You know, if you're wondering how to accomplish your career goals, I'm going to give you 4 specific things that you can do to make sure that you accomplish them. And they're going to sound easy. When I say them, they might sound easy, but frankly, with what we have going on right now, you know, there really may not be that simple to do. But I'm about keeping it simple because frankly, there's nothing magical or complicated, but it takes intention, focus, and it takes proven methodologies. For the first one is the first way you can continue to accomplish your goals is to not be complacent. Do not be complacent. Don't even get complacent. Complacency has no place right now. I mean, that is the worst area that you can go into is being complacent and just having a devil may care kind of attitude. That will definitely stall you. And frankly, to be real with you, you get complacent, you have that attitude, people are going to pass you right by. You may think a lot's not happening in the marketplace, but there is. Things are happening, things are moving. So, number one, don't get complacent. Number two, don't slow down. This is also not the time to pause and to stop and to slow any momentum down that you had going on before this virus came about, before these uncertain times came about. You know, I was talking to someone not long ago about how to re-enter the workforce. How can we do that now? And during that conversation, I said to her, I said, you know, granted, this is a very uncertain time. It's unprecedented. We've not seen this before. So we're going to need to do things differently. And there will be a new normal. But one thing I said to her is something else in life will happen. There's no doubt about it. Something happened before the coronavirus, something's going to happen after it. So it really depends on how we can adapt. And so these 4 areas I'm giving to you tonight is not just because of the virus. It could be the next obstacle that comes your way in your career, the next thing that happens to you in your life, and you need to get around it. So yeah, don't get complacent and definitely don't slow down. There's no time to slow down. Number 3 is don't let fear take over. Don't let the fear of the unknown take over. False evidence appearing real. I know you've heard it before. And I know you may say that that's, you know, you're repeating it again, but it deserves to be repeated. Don't let fear take over. And then, you know, the marketplace is really starting to revive. So before I give you my 4th one, I want to talk about that. The marketplace is starting to revive. It's slow, no doubt, and it may be slowly reviving, but it's reviving. I'm starting to see a change. I have noticed numerous people posting new opportunities that they either have gotten or that they have available. So I know the market is going to revive. And it's starting to do so right now. And the difference is that when we come out of this, will it look the same? No, it's not going to look the same. There'll be a new normal. The key is, how are you going to be prepared for that new normal? How are you going to set yourself apart from everyone else in the new normal? How are you going to make sure that you're not passed over, that you're not overlooked in whatever the new work environment is, whatever the new dynamics are? Because there will be new dynamics. There definitely will be. How are you going to stay top of mind in that? So, if you're a young professional just starting out in the workforce, this is for you. This is definitely for you. You want to stay focused. You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to slow down. You definitely don't want to let fear. That would be a natural way for you to go, because this is new to you. You're just getting into the workplace, or you're in a new role and you're wondering what's going on. I can't accomplish my goals. Yes, you can, but you have to stay focused. You have to be intentional. If you're a job seeker, and I know that that number is growing recently because of the dynamic shifting in companies. If you're a job seeker, this is for you as well. This is definitely for you. This is not a time for you to shrink back. And it's definitely not a time for you to give up. Not a time for you to give up. You've got to show up strong, be resilient. And if you're in the category of someone that has been forging ahead in your career for a while, this is for you as well. Keep forging, keep pushing, keep moving forward. Do not take anything off that list of goals. Do not decide that somehow it's too much to get accomplished because things are different. Oh, those goals that I used to have can't be accomplished because we are going into a new normal. Shift that paradigm, rewrite that narrative in your head. So every category of you that I've just spoken to, this is definitely for you. This is the perfect time to set yourself apart. And you may be wondering how to do that. How do I do that? Linda, I don't have, a hoard of money sitting around. I get it, and if I did, it's not smart to be spending it right now on many things to invest in myself. Well, I'm going to ask you this, what is the cost of not investing in yourself? What is the cost of not making sure you have all the tools necessary, that you have the proven methodologies necessary, that you set yourself apart, that you become top of mind, that you do not get passed over? What's the cost of not investing in yourself? What happens if you don't? What happens if you continue to say, I'll do it later? Most likely what's going to happen is some of the same. Some of the same that's happened even before this virus. It's how we think about the challenges that are put before us. It really is about how we think about them and how we shift our mentality such that we find windows, nuggets, things that we grasp, we can hold on to so we can leverage it and it moves us forward. It really is a mindset shift. Again, if you guys have been with me, shift is my word for 2020. And I picked that word at the end of December, having no idea what 2020 was going to look like. And here we are, in the time that we need to shift. And part of that shift I want to offer to you, part of that shift is being able to have the right tools to support you, to know what to do, to build relationships, to know how to self-advocate. A lot of times we know these things we need to do. It's the how that we're missing. How do I raise my hand and be seen in the room? How do I elevate my skill set? How do I even know what the landscape looks like? How do I identify people that I need to connect to? There are 7 specific things that I've put together, and I just put the link there for you to take a look at it, on what you that gives you the actual how on what you need to do so that you can move forward and accomplish those career goals. And what's nice about the 7 keys that I put together is that you do it at your own pace. It's online. It's a course that you do at your own pace. And the best part about it is that I realize, I know, and I've heard you. It's at a price point that definitely you can see your investment in. $174, 4 payments of that. You can see that investment. Frankly, you could see a larger investment in yourself, but recognizing the situation that we're in today, that's why I was focused on creating this course, specifically for this time of day. I put other things aside and on hold so that I could bridge this gap, listening to people that were feeding to me, letting me know, feeding back to me, giving me input and messages on what they needed and how they needed it. And this is the answer. I implore you, if you're no longer do you need to wonder. I gave you the 4 steps. Don't be complacent. Don't get complacent. Don't slow down. Don't let fear completely take over you. And last but not least, but most importantly, is invest in yourself so you can set yourself apart. Invest in yourself. Take a look at the 7 keys, the link that's there. Would love to see you in the online course. If you've got any questions, I can be reached. DM me on Facebook, Instagram, send me a message. Also, feel free to send me an email message. I would love to work with you even further if there's a particular question that you have in mind and you need a direct answer. I'd love to be that person, that resource for you. But really start thinking about moving forward, not staying in one place and allowing yourself to continue to settle and continue to settle. Because this too shall pass, and then you'll look back and you don't want to say, I wish I had a. We don't want to be in that wish I had a, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Definitely not going to be part of moving your career forward. Have a wonderful evening. Wonderful rest of your day. I'll talk to you again very soon.